All right, hello, collective, and welcome back for another reading. I am in the Mystic Circle Coffee Bar and Lounge here in Puerto Vallarta, filming this reading. Back again, back again. Okay, collective. So right before I went to start this video, I was doing my prayer, meditation, cleansing shuffles of the cards, whoop-de-woo, and I was asking Spirit, more or less checking in, like, is there a leading topic to arrive with on the camera, or are we just going to get into it once we press record? And while I was doing that tuning in, it was funny because in the cafe in background, the Ariana song Just Keep Breathing started playing. And I find it so synchronistic that I actually was laughing out loud, because what I was getting in this tuning in process was basically a message about essentially doing our best. And this really is a message of grace for the self, but really doing our best to intentionally direct and redirect our energy, our focus, our attention to the things that serve us, to the things that are healthily in our control. And so with that Ariana lyric, I feel like, where she's like, feel my mind running, and all these things, complicated stuff like that. It's very relevant for many people in different parts of the world forever, of course. There's always something going on somewhere. This is nothing new. This is nothing novel. Yet, some of us in particular have had some recent situations or circumstances, depending on where we live geographically, that have either temporarily limited our mobility, cautioned against movement, things essentially of either lockdowns, states of emergency. I share this because here in the state of Jalisco and in Mexico, I don't want to spend too much time on that. However, there are things going on involving government, military, police forces, cartel forces, things of that nature. So there's a lot popping off over here. Yet life is pretty much like step by step. Each day we see more and more of a return to normalcy. However, we know after an event, there's that back and forth between what is the new normal, and resilient behaviors moving forward and doing what people got to do versus like trying to integrate what has just happened and what is changing, right? So that's going on where I'm living. I hear from my people back in the Northeast in the United States. They just had a big blizzard where they were advised to stay at home, particularly like Sunday, Monday, and stuff like that. So either way, there are these things going on that are involving slowdowns in many people's lives, many surrendering to external forces, and even accepting the realities of chaos. And I feel as though that is a part of this message in this channel here is, as chaos occurs, as chaos ensues, it's around us, there is a certain amount of paying attention that is wise, that does make sense, right? We need to be aware of our surroundings, knowing what is going on to prolong our safety and our lives and livelihood. Yet at the same token, I believe at the same token, it is important not to be so externally focused without stop that we lose track of the self and we lose track of what we can be doing to either maintain or sustain our health, sustain our wellness, sustain our cool, our temperament, things of that nature, okay? So around the time that this message finds you, this is going to be an invitation from your spirit guides, from your spirit team, in regards to what can you be focusing on for you around this now that is in your highest and greatest good? Where is the best direction of your focus, energy, and attention right now that serves you best? And then by proxy, this will also serve those around you, associated with you, connected with you best, right? Because we're always trying to get better at putting on our own oxygen mask first, right? Taking care of the self first from a full cup, especially during times of chaos where sacrifice and putting others first happens, I want to say, more naturally, more easily. And there are contexts where that is and does make sense, okay? I'm not saying there's never a context where it doesn't, yet this is about talking and breaking through extremes, right? And so not staying and dwelling in that space or that reactive way of being that then will undercut your own health and wellness, okay? So I'm being very, very compassionate, very, very respectful and intentional with my words and choices here, because the goal is not to decrease or disavow support and checking in. This is making sure that you continue supporting yourself, because one of the greatest barriers to advancement sometimes for folks is when chaos comes along and then they get lost in the sauce, or they get lost in everybody else's stuff, that they lose themselves, that they lose their path for whatever noble intentions or needs pop up, okay? So don't lose yourself. And if you're still with me in this channel, that means you're committed to yourself. So yay. All right, so we're gonna get into some cards for this one. I'm feeling guided. We're gonna do a pick a card reading, because I was like debating, Spirit, do you want to do pick a card for this one? 555 on the timer, so there's a confirmation as I look over. So we're gonna do a pick a card. And the way it's gonna work is we're gonna use messages from the angel cards for each pile. Now everybody's gonna get one of these at least, and some tarot cards, and then some extra little clarifiers and juicy bonuses, all right? So I will put the timestamps in the comments and descriptions after, I get this gig done. So we're gonna start with pile 1. We're gonna keep it very simple, very basic. 1, 2, or 3. Pile 1, 2, or 3. All right, I'm going to start with pile 1. Please and thank you. And I will write the timestamp in a second. Got to keep my notebook nearby. All right, please and thank you for pile 1, holiest spirit, holiest angels. Ooh, there we go. Okay, it is a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. And Spirit is like, make a note of these timestamps, because we want to have it right away. So I'm gonna go back and say like about 6 minutes and 30 seconds, because that felt pretty accurate from what I remember. Now, Isaiah coming through, giving birth to these projects, and you are protected. So right now, what Spirit is saying for y'all, talking about maintaining focus, energy, and direction, please don't allow the chaos that is popping up in your reality to completely derail, delay, or deny what you have been working on and what you've been called to do. Okay, so for example, today, it's a very quiet day at the cafe. Grateful for that though, because Spirit guided me here. It's like, you're gonna get on and you're gonna record this reading and you're gonna show up, so that even if there aren't people here, you're still gonna be committed to this project, committed to this service, committed to showing up and sharing what Spirit is asking you to share. Now, this is my example. Y'all will have your own, okay? Like, this is not about me. Spirit just uses me as a clear example to encourage and empower you. So when you have the opportunities to show up, to share, there's time, there's space, there's energy, there's capacity, there's enough to do something over nothing. Take advantage of the opportunity. Please don't allow this chaos to pull you back into silence, back into, I was gonna say like obscurity. We're not going backwards. However, this is the encouragement to say that, hey, you are protected too. So Spirit is, if you're still feeling this nudge to keep going forward, and yet maybe there's a little bit of doubt or anxiety or fear that are trying to pop up right now because of the chaos in your world or local environment, that maybe wants to cause you to be a little bit more cautious or a little bit slower and steadier. Spirit is like, we honor that. Discernment and awareness is key, yet we're letting you know that in your lane, if you stay in your lane and keep showing up and doing what you gotta do, we are protecting you so that other stuff will not harm you, will not hurt you, will not block you, okay? There may be delays depending on your community, your environment. Remember, this is a general collective reading. Oh, there we go. Confirmation, general collective reading. So taking what resonates, leave it what doesn't. Now let's get some tarot, please, and thank you. For this collective who are working with Isaiah and birthing this project, Because also for some of y'all, you have been in this labor space. You have been laboring, committed to this labor of love, and Spirit doesn't want you to stop that process. You don't have to rush and you don't have to push something out arbitrarily. Um, I'm not getting that yet. At the same token, it's like we need to continue giving this birth. We need to continue getting this project down the canal, so to speak. And they're bringing me back to the whole breathing aspect of birth and labor, and breathing, like in the Ariana song that opened this channel, just keep breathing. So especially for you, collective, just keep breathing for this first pile. This song may be extra resonant for you. I want some tarot to clarify this, please and thank you. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit. Two of Wands. Okay, choices and decisions right away. Choices and decisions about moves to make. The Star, yes. Ooh, collective. This first pile is getting it. Eight of Wands. We're going to get one more. Ooh, there we go. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. And I'm going to leave these cards on the table for each pile. So pile one, like Two of Wands. The Star. Eight of Wands, and then Wheel of Fortune. So basically, by you deciding, I'm getting goosebumps, by you making the decision, committing / recommitting to your soul's calling, your labor of love, like what you're guided to do, what your soul is here to express, the message, the artistry, the creativity, whatever it is, getting itches on the crown, like itches everywhere, like energy flowing. I was also starting to get hot when I was doing the prayer, opening up into this, so the energy is really on. With this being the Eight of Wands right afterwards, like messages, speed, pace picking up, momentum building, and then this is moving into a more prosperous, advantageous, just pausing to soak it in, even take a breath. Like things are getting better and better, collective. Like this is moving forward at a way where if I'm even getting the sense of like things are going to pick up in speed and momentum, things are going to be coming your way as well that are very advantageous and helpful. I don't want you to feel overly like stressed by this. I feel as though like while there will be some speed and momentum and energy coming towards you and you'll feel that current, I do feel as though Spirit is helping you so that this momentum and speed and pace can build up step by step and grow and not be overwhelming, not be doing too much too fast. Yeah, it's very important that you take advantage of whatever like healing and rest opportunities, activities, like when and wherever possible, please engage with that. I do want to see you having like a very full cup, very full capacity, full energy, very well cleansed, very well purified, very well nourished. Because it's interesting, because Two of Wands can sometimes be before travel, before trip, possibly crossing distances or water as well. And then with the Eight of Wands coming right after the Star card in between, what I'm kind of getting, I'm kind of feeling this energy where by you being committed to this project, putting this signal out there, making the decision to continue going the direction of what calls you, even putting out maybe offers and opportunities or putting out stuff where it can attract. So for example, like readers here on these social medias, not everybody is always open and available for readings, but we put out our content so that ideally, not only can we help people with these free messages that we put out in the collective that we're called to share, which is amazing and rewarding in of itself, some, depending on the time and space in their life, they are also praying for and wanting to manifest people to work with directly, whether that be for a one-off reading, for the people who do coaching or other types of healings and services, whatever. It's like when you put stuff out there, even artists put out their art in the world, yes, to be received and adored and cherished, as well as with, for some at least, with the hopes of maybe being commissioned or invited to create something unique upon request. I'm getting that information, I'm getting that image or storyline for a reason. So Spirit is like basically by you being committed to putting this stuff out there, working on your soul's calling, allowing the universe to also heal you and bless you up. It's like you're going to be calibrated, recalibrated. Lean into calibration and recalibration activities confirmation, so that when this ride comes, it's almost like, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. You're going to be calibrated. You're going to be washed. You're going to be cleansed. You're going to be dressed. You're going to be good to go. You may even be packed a bit, so that when this opportunity to move forward into a more abundant and prosperous season comes your way, when this ride comes to get you, like, you're basically more or less ready to ride. You're going to be ready to hop on. Now, I'm not saying you won't have a moment to put on your helmet, and actually get that. It's not going to be like that kind of like weird rush, but I do feel that it is going to have you're going to feel a passionate, forward moving pace, energy, and momentum with this invitation, or these invitations coming through. And they are looking positive. They are looking encouraged. So Spirit is also letting you know about this, so that in case things have felt particularly slow or slower moving, when it picks up, it's not happening to overwhelm you. It's not happening to upset you or stress you out. And it's not going to be a sign that it's wrong either. Practice your discernment. I'm not saying receive anything and everything, but allow yourself to lean into it. All right, let's get a goddess card to kind of clarify this a bit more and pull up on it. Very interesting how it was all quiet, and now all of a sudden people are like talking right in front. There we go. Things are just right around the corner, babies. All right, thank you, goddess. This card came out the other day. So if you saw Athena Inner Wisdom and that other pick a card, the mini one, welcome back, collective. This is for you. We have Inner Wisdom. So once again, the protection. We started with the protection here. Now we're getting it reconfirmed. And like I said in the other day. So with pile number 1, with this one, keep doing what you're doing. Keep following your intuition. Keep going where you're guided. Do not allow other people's fears, worries, insecurities cloud your intuition, cloud your own instincts, cloud your own better and higher and personally attuned judgment. There are some people who, and blessed be, this is not a judgment thing, but there are some people during times of chaos, maybe where they totally, fold inward or it consumes them. And that's the lesson and season and cycle they're in. There are other people during times of chaos, while they acknowledge that and they respond to that as best as they can healthily, they still find ways to move forward in their life. They still find ways to maintain a relative level of order, or making order out of the chaos, making a new order out of the chaos, so that they continue advancing in alignment with their health needs, their goals, their calling, what have you. This says, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So this, with the 2 of Wands, even the beginning, and then the take appropriate action, Spirit is saying continue taking aligned action, continue taking inspired action, continue showing up and showing out for what calls you, for the labors of love, for your soul mission, your soul purpose, your soul expression, your creative expression, your truth. A lot of throat chakra coming here. I'm getting a lot of throat chakra and solar plexus, like a combination between those. If anybody is seeking to focus on chakras or chakra calibrations and with specific ones, there you go. I do feel guided. Also, we're going to get one final card in each pile, a cosmic activation. This way you have an activator to kind of assist you in both sealing in, understanding, and processing this reading, maybe to also amplify its effects or make its application that much more full of ease, smoothness, or flow. Interesting. I don't feel like I wanted that one. That one didn't pop fully. Also, be sure to breathe and cleanse your energy and refocus your energy. There's going to be a lot of distractions that are seeking to pop up for you at this time. And the bigger chaos around you, I'm not saying distraction in a minimizing way or take away from the severity of it. No. Yeah, I'm saying there's a lot that's going on and happening around, like trying to distract, trying to derail, trying to delay you from doing what you're called to do, trying to make the validity of the chaos of the problems like more important than what you feel called to do. Like for some of y'all, this is about not allowing guilt to block you from moving forward. Like I'm getting like survivor's guilt warnings. Yes, for this collective, like, please don't allow survivor's guilt to hold you back in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Okay, 22. I'm not surprised this card popped out because when I was doing cleansing shuffles at home this morning and taking it, this card felt like it prominently showed itself. So we have number 22, a master builder number. If you build it, they will come. Continue building what you're called to do. Continue birthing the project you're called to birth and put out there. This is Mother Earth. She's got the whole world in her hands. And the Two of Wands traditionally, now this modern one shows a cell phone. Like more traditionally, there's a world in the palm of the hands. So the whole world in the palm of your hands is an ongoing motif or image throughout this reading. You have a lot of manifestational power, a lot of alchemical power, and essentially what you focus your energy on, where you direct your intention and flow, you are truly able to manifest and bring things into form. And to be honest, I'm speaking with some folks who have major impact ahead of you. You already have been making major impact. However, what you're being guided to continue birthing and working on, whether you're aware of it or not, it's going to have a bigger impact, a bigger contribution to your community and the world around you than before. And maybe a bigger scale than what you're planning on or what you're thinking about. I say that because the way this earth is very, there's something about it where I feel as though it's going to say, like, some of y'all are going to have, I keep coming to the word, like, almost like a planetary impact, or global impact, or global influence, global connections. Now, I'm not putting any limitations on this. I'm not saying that every single person is going to know you. What I am getting, though, is that you are not bound to just one particular geographical environment or location or space. You're going to be, whether it's through travel, in addition to digital means, connections, or what have you, it's like you are doing more work for Gaia and the greater collective, the greater earth, than maybe you fully give yourself credit for, maybe you fully accepted or recognize, things of that nature. It's very interesting too, like, it's all been quiet up until I started doing this reading, and now all of a sudden, there's these people right outside of the front door of the cafe, like, doing the most when it was quiet. Very interesting, 22222. So like I was saying, it's like, as you are working on your projects and these things are going on, do your best to breathe and stay focused and not let these external things try to block you. There are times where there's going to be delays. There's going to be times where we need to pivot, react, and respond. I'm not, like, playing dumb to that at all. At all. Yet, very often, just like this reading is showing you, it's like when we show up for our projects and something and we get into the right space, then all of a sudden this stuff wants to try and pop up, and it's going to try to annoy you, and it's going to try to dissuade you from doing what you're called to do. Don't take the bait. Now, I'm not saying to avoid pauses, pivot, change positions, do what you got to do. But don't allow it to derail you or stop you, because you are meant to do something major. And Gaia, the ancestors, the planet, planetary forces, divine forces, they're all wanting you and needing you to show up and play your role and play your position in making this earth a greater place. And you have a strong connection. In the same way, I feel in some ways this is the energy of Gaia being personified. I also think this is an energy or a reflection of you being tapped into collective energies, you being tapped into bigger waves. Like, this is somebody who, I feel like you're a collective who gets it. You're somebody who gets it, who's willing to get it, who's willing to tune in, who's willing to listen, who's willing to get informed. Not just informed news-wise, though, but really tuning into the energy, tuning into nature. Like, you sense when the birds are quiet versus not. You sense when the animals are all quiet and still and something's up versus not. You listen to the wind, you listen to the sea, you listen to the elements, you connect. This is somebody who embraces instincts and intuition. And the more that you do that and apply it to the things you're called to do, the more your success is going to unfold. And the more you're really going to move forward in this prosperous season ahead of you. So stay rooted, stay grounded, stay true, and keep building what you're called to build with that 22, that master builder number. All right? That's what I feel called for pile 1. So comment down below if this resonates with you. Let me know what you're thinking. And you know what? We're going to give pile 2, we're going to give you the book really fast, and then we're going to go. Pile 1, sorry. Pile 1. We're going to give you this. Card 22, Mother Earth. The trees are our lungs, the rivers our circulation, the air our breath, and the earth our body. Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra is going to be another synchronicity for this pile because I never be thinking about this man, and then within the past week, I've been seeing his name in multiple places and a picture and all that jazz. So Deepak Chopra will be a synchronicity for this one. The paragraph says, or the description rather, your heart is open and your intentions are pure. Know that you are being guided and nurtured by Mother Earth herself. She embraces you with her beauty and wisdom in all that you do. She reminds you of your light through the illuminating stars, your beauty through her flowers, your sacred knowledge and balance through her trees. Nature guides you in every facet of your life, dear ones. If you have picked this card, Mother Earth calls out to you in love. Earth Guardian, you are being called to assist humanity in remembering its connection to divine nature. Its divine connection to nature. Now is the time to express and share your creativity and wisdom even further. It is through the sharing of your love and talent that others will be inspired to journey to deeper realms within themselves. Called it. Transformation and the healing of the earth starts within every human being. The earth simply reflects our inner state. We are all part of the one consciousness, expressing in its many forms. When we die, our body dissolves into the earth, which then nourishes the soil, which feeds the trees and plants, forever weaving, never adding or subtracting in this cosmic connected dance of life. If humanity can focus on healing and nurturing the world within themselves, the earth will come to reflect their higher vibrational energy and light. Your work, Earth Guardian, is to assist others to remember their true divine selves and reconnect to the natural world. Do what you came here to do. Shine your light, walk your walk, and do all this with continued truth and integrity. Affirmation. I am dissolving into the oneness of all that is. Heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Get into it. So that is yours, collective.
How are you today?
No, hold on for a second. Let me get some water, and we're going to do pile 2. And comment down below if this resonates with you. All right. So pile number 2. Welcome back. Had a lovely little pause. So pile number 2, please take some nice deep breaths. Allow yourself to open and receive what resonates, leaving what doesn't. Which angel wants to come through for you? We are not going to take all of those, Holy Spirit. I don't feel guided for all of that. Let's see. Number 2, what's your message? All right. We have Layla with spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Okay, so for this collective, what I'm getting for y'all is this is not to say like you can't take aligned or inspired action. This is not to say that you can't keep moving forward with anything. What I am getting though is that it is just as important to take pauses to breathe deeply, and check in with your intuition, check in with your soul, check in with your spirit guides. There's something about not getting caught up in haste or urgency, energetic currents that are like not your own, or at least not in the greatest or optimal alignment with you. There's something about taking a consistent practice of pausing and breathing to calibrate your energy and calibrate your intentions, your desires, and the guidance you're receiving in alignment with those, and how to manifest them, how to receive them, how to align and allow them. There's something about this where spirit is wanting you to align and breathe and connect, so that also I'm feeling the sense of, so that you continue to keep your like desires and your intentions, like I want to say strong, I want to say pure, I want to say big, bold, and expansive. There's something like, if you are not taking time to breathe deeply and calibrate, especially your nervous system with this collective, okay, breath work is going to be big for this collective. Breath work and paying attention to your nervous system. Spirit wants and is inviting y'all to continue doing things that enrich and nurture and nourish your nervous system, so that you do not get pulled back into or relapse into some form of scarcity, lack, limitation, or like unhealthy limiting beliefs, kind of like kicking back in. Old school programming kicking back in, or at the very least, like staying online longer than necessary, longer than is needed. So some of this breathing is to also prevent obsolescence, like obsolescent programs, beliefs, behaviors from creeping back in, reactivating, or coming back online. Very interesting that we're getting so much of this nature-based, like spending time, and then also having these very computer-based metaphors. So for some of y'all, this is also, I'm getting the invitation to, while technology is important, it is a very relevant tool for many of us with our service, with our callings, with our art, with our creative expression. Technology is a necessary part of that. Spirit is, with this collective though, this is an invitation to turn off the screens, put the phone down, take a step back and away as well. This is not to say like you're abandoning it completely, but it's about spending that quality time with spirit, spending quality time with nature, spending quality time with spirit in nature, with your soul in nature, in more fresh, open, expansive natural settings as best as you can, right? Because everybody's geography, everybody's weather right now is very different. So for some of y'all, this may be like being by the window and looking out the window because it's a little bit too rough to go outside. For some of y'all, maybe this is putting on like a nature-based video on YouTube, for example, like I'm getting like a waterfall for some. So that might be a synchronicity for some. And listening to it, maybe doing a bit of like gazing at that image with the sound, and then eventually closing your eyes and kind of like more or less meditating, imagining, visualizing, daydreaming, whatever it is. Spirit is inviting this slowing down, the deepening and the expansion of the breath, to not only calm the nervous system, but to reprogram the nervous system, to have a deeper sense of calm, a deeper sense of relaxation, a deeper trust in your safety and security and stability, which is ultimately what's needed for your, not even just needed, but what is here for you in this season ahead. Thank you so much, love. Appreciate it. Yay. Love it. Blessings coming in. That may be a sign for some of y'all as well. Like things coming in divine timing, getting some blessings. Everything happens for a reason. So yay. If you come here to the Mystic Circle Coffee Bar and Lounge, you too can get your little salted caramel. And the good yum yum wows. So we're gonna get some tarot cards for y'all. And yes, I'm showing this on camera. I don't want this to spill. So synchronicities may be caramel, beverages, coffee shops, things like that for this collective. And this too, by the way, like taking a moment to even enjoy your beverage, your coffee, your moment, your tea. That's also a part of this energy of what Layla is talking about. Like, yes, it's get in nature, but the goal is to like slow down and have a moment to savor who you are, where you're at, and savor your connection with the divine. Savor what is really here for you, and kind of not just be go, go, go. With this collective, more pauses, more intentional pauses that will then restore and refuel you, so that when you do go to act, it's coming from a more sound and respectful of your nervous system place, if that makes sense. More in alignment with your nervous system. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. May we get some tarot cards? Wow, we get the Sun card right off the bat. What a blessing for this collective. So you're getting blessings, you're getting success. Ooh, there we go. And the Tower. Okay, so we have the Sun, the Tower. Don't worry, the Sun makes everything more positive what it touches too, P.S. Was this sudden victory? Wow, yes. We have the Sun, the Tower, and then the Ace of Pentacles. We're going to get one more. Please and thank you, Spirit. This is great. I mean, I know this is a lot, but Spirit wants to give a lot of these cards. I knew these heavy cards were going to come in for someone, somewhere, somehow. We're going to take this stack. So first up, we have the Sun, the Tower, and the Ace of Pentacles. So in between like a solid, tangible offer and opportunity, something prosperous, something that really is going to improve your stability, your resources and stuff like that, the Tower represents sudden change that makes that hits to the core, hits to the foundation. A lot of people automatically, when they get the Tower, they receive it or take it negatively, yet that is a choice, and it doesn't always mean that, okay? In some cases, it absolutely does, but it's not every single one. So what I'm getting, especially because it's surrounded by such positivity, and that Sun card is really like beaming brightly over it, sunflowers of success, joy, and fulfillment. What I'm getting is that there is going to be a big change right before this opportunity comes in, and or with the opportunity. I'm getting, it's like this opportunity is going to feel like a lightning bolt epiphany type of blessing that is going to shake you to your core. It's going to be like a earth-shattering, earth-quaking kind of opportunity. Not in a rude way, but it's like the gravity of the situation. Like it's going to create like vibration and tremors to your core because it's going to disrupt outdated versions of yourself. Like it's going to disrupt, especially with the Sun, like real, like big ass illumination, let alone the lightning bolts and the glow off of this pentacle. It's like, I'm getting the sense of like imposter syndrome being zapped, vaporized. I'm getting like limiting beliefs. Remember how we were talking all about the limiting beliefs being like evaporated, vaporized right away. Like this is the good, the yum, wows coming in so strong that it's like this offer, this opportunity is so high level, and it's coming at you because you are high level. It is so high value, and it's coming at you because you are high value. This is like, I'm getting like the whole upper echelon, and it's really interesting because when I think about that, I always think of Lana Del Rey, and when I got to the cafe today, Lana Del Rey was playing. So for this collective, Lana Del Rey may be some synchronicities, and you know what's really interesting, because you know how love Lana, no shade. I don't know a lot of her recent and later stuff, but you know, the college age me, like sugar sweet like cinnamon era Lana, I love. This is what makes us girls, Lana, love. So some of y'all maybe, you know how Lana is though, for those who know Lana Del Rey. She's very like flazé-da, she's like melancholic. She gives me a little bit of melancholy. It's like weird. It's like she's giving me like grayscale with a touch of honey. So she goes between like giving me gray tones and sepia filters. You know what I'm saying? So like black and white and sepia, depending on the moment. You know, she very much gives that energy. Yet she has some moments where every now and again it gets a little bit more light and bright. Give me them bright lights. Give me them bright lights. That's another one of her hidden tracks. The bright lights are incoming. This illumination, this big popping off. It's like you've been in your Lana Del Rey flazé-da, doing your art, making moves. Yeah, I feel as though maybe like not being as like va-va-voom. And Spirit's going to give you something like this opportunity. It's going to give the ba-ba-boom. It's going to give the B12 shot of energy is what I'm getting. It's going to really liven things up. And like I said, it's vaporizing limiting beliefs. It's breaking glass ceilings. It's shattering like outdated and weak foundations. Even the way I'm looking at the card of this tower, it's very interesting because in my mindset, and I've never really like looked at the tower card, and I don't remember ever thinking this before. I'm looking at this tower and I'm like, this tower's too small. Like, what is the size queen like tower energy coming through? Like in the sense of, okay, we're breaking down. Like I'm getting the energy of here you was energy. Here you was like up in this tower, like Fiona, Cinderella, you know, royal yet quarantina, isolationina, by yourself, thinking you're in this royal little tower. It's cute, it's great, you get what you need, but you're kind of kept, you're trapped there, but it's not big, it's not expansive. No. Spirit is busting you out, breaking it down, and like you're gonna be moving into bigger and better accommodations. You're gonna have a bigger and better kingdom, queendom, empire. Like this used to be your whole world, quote unquote, or it was like your whole world up until recently. And now it's about to be boom, boom, pow. Taken out, taken down. Not you taken out, taken down, but this ivory tower that you've been in is going down. And it's like you've got bright, successful, bold opportunities unfolding in here for you. So this is why Spirit is like, you need to be really owning the boldness of your desires and be audacious with your intentions, because what you want wants you. What you really seek is available to you. So you don't need to be limited by this box, by this cage, by like this old identity, by old projections and assumptions that like others have put upon you as well, by confirmation, people who don't understand you, people who are haters, people who fear you, who fear your power, who fear your talent because they really don't understand. Even coming back to the whole Fiona thing, like it's been a long time since I've seen Shrek, so I don't fully remember everything with her transformation. But in a way, it can very much be seen to be a power to even be able to navigate multiple identities, multiple roles, like shape-shifting and stuff like that. So that's for somebody. Now for this batch of cards that popped out for y'all that are showcasing moving on and letting go of things. We have the 5 of Cups on top of the 8 of Cups. So here we are processing the lost feelings, the emptiness, the what was. Around the corner are new blessings. The 8 of Cups comes next. So this is the commitment and really embodying the walking away, leaving the past behind, moving on. I feel like we're leaving like chains, we're leaving illusions, we're leaving outdated connections behind. Not letting any illusions, any doubts, any fears, any devilish deals keep us trapped, keep us where we were. Not keeping us in fear and anxiety and doubt, specifically with this 9 of Swords. It's like you've done the work to really like break free of any mental prisons, mental programs, in addition to connections, relationships, stuff that does not serve you, limiting beliefs, oppressive conditions, suppressive, repressive conditions or connections. Like this is moving forward, acknowledging the grief, mourning, and loss of what was, while ultimately still being committed and directed towards your next path. We're gonna get a goddess card to kind of clarify and build upon this reading and kind of also take us towards the close. I feel very excited for this collective because I feel as though you've gone through it and it's been a bit heavy. There's no denying that. Yet at the same token, it's because you've never like quit on Spirit. It's not like you fully gave up on your connection. It's not like you fully gave up on your beliefs or your calling or what have you. It's like it is paying off and it is paying out. There is going to be a sudden quick change, some kind of breakdown for a breakthrough again. And I know you're like another one, or for some of you, you're in it in this moment that it's happening. And trust, like, continue moving forward where you're guided to go. And if you're feeling confused or uncertain, this is why Spirit wants you to breathe and sync up with them and connect with them so you get that clarity so that you don't allow any limiting beliefs to kind of kick back in and keep you trapped. And we have popping out, Kali, endings and beginning. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Confirmation. Lotuses, lotus flowers may be a synchronicity. For some of y'all, I also got lotuses in a recent reading. as well. So for some of y'all, like if it finds you, that's your confirmation. You're still going through with that process. Big Kali energy, big destruction for even bigger divine co-creation that can follow it. So the tower moments, the endings, look at that. It's like, it truly is an ending for a bright beginning. Like I truly feel like there are beautiful like beginnings, opportunities, blessings coming through for you. This lotus flower is another sign and synchronicity of that abundance, that rising up, that rising above, rising from the depths of whatever the challenges were, whatever emotions there were, whatever pain, things of that nature. It's like you've leveled it up. You have shifted timelines. You've done the work to calibrate your vibration to like expand and align with your discernment, your intuition, your instincts. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Like this is very exciting. And this is with Kali energy, this can acknowledge this may have been quite heavy and quite difficult. So don't play yourself or don't judge yourself. If you do feel like your butt's been kicked through this process, if you really feel like you've been going through it, if you feel particularly drained, really drained or exhausted or fatigued, weary from this process. It's all very valid. Continue to do what you need to do to take care of your health and wellness. Hydrate, sleep, nurture and nourish yourself, eat nutritious foods, things of that nature. And trust and allow that you really are embracing a new era with abundant and prosperous opportunities. Ooh, almost. There we go. Self-worth. Okay, for this collective, card 27. So lots of blues, turquoises, and teals are significant for this collective. I was getting a lot of throat chakra, quite dominant in this one. I know in the last one, it was throat chakra and solar plexus a lot. With y'all, I'm getting a lot more focusing on the throat chakra specifically. With this one, also, I'm getting the sense of pretty soon you will be unveiling yourself. Pretty soon, you're going to remove this covering and allow yourself to shine brightly and illuminate on new platforms and new stages with this new beginning. I'm feeling the sense of like, because there's going to be this unveiling with the sun as well. And I was saying when I was channeling that whole tower, like the breakdown of like old beliefs, old mindsets, old foundations, like I feel like this ties in perfectly with the self-worth message. It's like you have returned to your innocence, your purity, more or less, like the true you. And it's like, I'm hearing like the Diana Ross song, like, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Like this is the moment. This is the vibe we're moving into. So this most authentic, audacious, bold you is breaking free. And it's because you are owning your value and your worth and your understanding that you deserve to shine. You deserve to share. You deserve to be seen and witnessed. You're meant to be seen and witnessed. You're not meant to be in some isolated ivory tower anymore, or to a very, very super limited audience. It's like your platform is expanding. The stage is expanding. Like these things keep coming up, these kinds of messages. So for this collective, you are definitely not only receiving new opportunities and prosperity, growth, and wealth, like in general, like there is definitely like your voice, your impact, your image is going to be more seen, more heard, more received. Like you are going to be shining brightly, like you're going to be casting your light and your rays and your love upon other beings, a bigger community, bigger fields of impact, of influence, things of that nature. So stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. I feel as though the ending that you're wrapping up is like more or less you've been leveling up to the greatest extent within your current conditions, the current tower, making the most out of it. And because you've embraced it to the greatest extent possible, more or less, Spirit is like, okay, we're ready to break that down so that we can break you free and then break you through to what next serves you, the next big calling. So I'm getting like nines, especially nines, repeating nines. Nines are going to be big synchronicities for you. All right, collective? Get into that. So yes, all right. Comment down below if you are resonating with this. Pile number 2, comment down below if you And also, as always, this is a general collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you want a personal, check the links below, book below. I'm Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. And congratulations, babe. And let me know when these big blessings land. Like, I want to celebrate with you. So whatever you feel guided to share safely, please drop it in the comments below. All right, now let's get ready for pile number 3. Let's pause. Okay, pile number 3. So the video just totally messed up. We were recording, started your reading, was doing a whole channel, and then, I don't know, that footage got lost. Now, luckily, we weren't in. We just got the first card out. Now, what I was channeling with this pile in general, pile 3 is like, I feel as though, especially when I do pick a cards and I get to the third pile, not always, but many times, it's like my third pile often ends up being the folks where I feel we're, not to say that anybody needs a reading, but I would feel like maybe y'all would be the ones who need a reading the least, in the sense of you've been on your path for a hot minute. You more or less, you know about practices, you know about different ways of spiritually handling things. You know a lot of like healthier ways of moving through your life, what have you. So in some way, shape, or form, it's not that you come to readings to be told what to do, or how to like live your life. Like, not that anybody needs to be taking it, and I don't recommend anybody take it literally, like always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But it's like for y'all, it's like the way you receive readings and tune in, it's more or less seeking a bit of confirmation, seeking encouragement or some empowerment with whatever is going on with your own intuition or instincts. So with that being said, your card, your angel, is Desiree with no, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help, guide, and comfort you. With this pile, with this collective, this is acknowledging like you're not feeling exactly how you want to be feeling. Like, it says it's like things aren't exactly favorable. I feel like with this collective, you are looking at the horizon line and you know ships are coming in. You know it may be dark before dawn, but the sun is always going to come out tomorrow. There's always a brighter day, a brighter tomorrow. Even if it takes a couple tomorrows before we get to the bright one, it's coming, it's unfolding. You know the storm passes, and you believe in blessings. You believe in miracles. What I'm getting with this collective, though, with love and non-judgment, is you are feeling a bit weary. You're feeling a bit tired is what I'm getting. You're feeling the effects of whatever were the most recent challenges, struggles, or problems in your life. And the heaviness is there. And it's not that you've lost your faith. You're not questioning your faith. What I'm getting, though, is that you really do need like a good boost. You need like a good boost. You need a great hug. You need a vote of confidence. You want and need some assurance and reassurance. And you're not wanting or needing it from a desperate place. You're not wanting or needing it from a lacking place. You're not wanting or needing this from a lack of faith. What I'm getting is, quite frankly, you just need to feel some tangible love and support, some tangible care. Like, that's why even Spirit is saying, ask the angels to guide, help, and comfort you right now. Like, you're seeking a certain level of being comforted, held, and loved. Because while you've been on your assignment, doing what you're here to do, doing what you got to do, doing your best to be moving onward and upward and showing out for your calling and what have you, it's been tough. Like, it has been tough. This period of evolution, this period of letting go, this period of transformation and transmutation has not been easy. And a part of you is feeling this weariness and wondering, it's like, okay, Spirit, like, what's going on? I'm feeling so many elemental, and I'm feeling so many like energetic shifts and hints, so many signs that things are getting better and are going to be better and moving in the right direction, Spirit. Like, it's this energy of knowing you're on path and being on path, and yet at the same token feeling, because with this collective, I feel a lot of respect, and I feel as though a very unique relationship with your humanity and with your human emotions. You're not trying to bypass anything. You're not trying to judge anything. You're not trying to be rude to, it's like, for my collective, it's like, as the observer or trying to be your own witness, it's like you're witnessing your human side, giving compassion and grace. You want to give respect, grace, and compassion to Spirit and your spirit guides. And somehow, while juggling all of this, there are these moments where you're just like, what gives? Like, like spirit, can we? Can we just? Can you just? Can we? Like, it's this vibe of, yo, I'm really ready for a good moment. Like, I'm really ready for a great season. I'm really ready for, like, to get to these golden ages and great periods and good periods that everybody be talking about all the time. It's like this collective, I feel as though at times you're feeling frustrated because you feel as though you just keep consistently transmuting and dealing with like challenge after challenge, hit after hit, blow after blow, doing your best to keep a smile on your face, doing your best not to mistreat others or misplace your anger, your frustration, your hurt, your upset, whatever it may be, and then taking accountability, apologizing whenever you do feel like, quote unquote, your emotions get the best out of you, get out of hand. Like, you're very responsible, you take accountability, and you're like, I want my payout. I want my payout. Like, I want the rewards now. Like, this is the energy I'm getting. It's like, I want the rewards now. And you're not even being rude about it. This is not even about being like, I'm not getting an energy of being a brat, because I feel as though you're very mindful and not wanting to be a brat. And I feel as though you don't even put all of this stuff out loud, and you don't even talk about it with other people. You may not even fully talk about it with yourself because you don't want people to misconstrue it and judge you and invalidate your spirituality, invalidate your healing. Because you know how people be the first ones to police somebody? It's like the minute you use a word that they're like, and they're ready to jump in down your throat and down your neck and correct you about like abundance consciousness. You know what I'm saying? About scarcity and lack. You know, the people who don't allow you to have the human moment to vent and give you like space so that you can self-coach or self-edit while being in a place of rawness. You know, they're just ready to get you to some perfect place. You've already been through enough of them things. So in some ways, it's not that you silence yourself, but you're very selective with where and how you speak and vent things out. And sometimes it's like you do police yourself even. And spirit is like, you ain't got to police yourself. You can be very raw. You can be very unfiltered with us. We know your heart. We know the purity of you. We know the truth of your soul, the truth of your mindset, your perspective. Like, we can handle it. Let it out. And then by letting it out, it truly is releasing it. And then it's creating the space for you to receive the clarity, the wisdom, the input, the guidance, the response that you seek. So really go and spend some time with your guides and talk with them. And I was going to say confess. Not that you're hiding anything, but like confess, like that idea of confession, not to make this religious, but this idea of confess, meaning really let it out, get it off of your chest, your whole heart, like put it all on the table in front of the eyes of the divine and receive true love, a non-compassionate judgment, and receive the response from spirit. Because in some ways, it's because you're holding on to it and you feel that you have to hold it all in. It's like you're carrying this cross. You're carrying this burden unnecessarily. It's like you're carrying it forward by trying to be such a good soldier, by trying to be such a good servant of Christed energy, so such a good servant of the divine, of your divinity, of your soul calling, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, by trying to be so good, it's like you're actually carrying the cross and the burden, versus it's like if you let yourself vent, if you let yourself have the titty attack with spirit, if you let yourself get a little rah for a moment in a safe and non-judgmental space, you know, like, don't be around humans who are going to like F up this process. This is why they're saying like go with spirit. It's going to help you a lot, actually. It's really going to help you a lot. So it's like I am feeling like release and confessing truth, not confession as in guilt. We're not taking guilt or shame. That's why I'm very careful with that word. But I mean confession as like, as in a total, like honest, truthful share. All right, let's get some tarot. Bring this down to earth, please and thank you. Another big shuffle. It's very interesting with this collective, because it's like, I feel like it's like as you let this stuff off and out your chest and really let go, it's going to help you a lot. Like, I feel as though that relief that comes from that release is key for some kind of forward movement or progress. I'm going to take that. We have 6 of Cups. It's in reverse right now. I feel guided to leave it in the reverse. 5 of Swords. Yep. Thank you. I'm going to take that. Let me get one more because I felt guided. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Okay. So what we had is first card that popped out in the reverse is the Six of Cups. And then came out second was the Five of Swords. Third, which popped out in reverse and jumped on top of the Six of Cups, which I am going to take together. And then I'll go from there. And you're like, what does this mean? Let me tell you. Basically, what I'm getting is with the Six of Cups in reverse, instantly when I saw it, I feel as though it was Spirit saying, like, more or less, something didn't work out with a past connection, past offering, 10-10 on the timer, confirmation, and maybe even a past community with the 10 of Pentacles on top. What I feel is, though, is like there was some kind of like offer or opportunity extended from a previous source or a familiar source to you. And yet, for whatever reason, you chose not to go in that direction. You chose not to continue to engage with that previous team, community, tribe, like whatever it may be, like that past association and past network. You chose yourself. And it was difficult and even kind of painful to kind of go in your own direction. Because in some ways, you're aware of all these resources, or at least it looks like a whole bunch of resources, wealth, and togetherness. It looks like a lot of abundance in community at first glance. Yet in reality, it's reversed for a reason. It's not just reversed because you denied it. I think it's reversed because while it may be upright for some of the people involved here, you realize it was kind of like a warped picture. Like for you, it wasn't going right. It wasn't going upright. Like you weren't fully fitting in, or you weren't fully benefiting from the prosperity and wealth available in that community, team, or tribe. It was as if you were not being treated as one of the in group, or at least not given fair and a more total inclusion. You weren't getting what you rightfully and properly deserved, even though you could sense and or knew that there were resources and prosperity and there was more than enough to be going around, at the very least for you to be getting more of what is rightfully yours. So rather than kind of be given like this breadcrumby offer, something that somebody was giving to you, like shining to you, but they're giving it to you as if you're just a child who doesn't know better, like basically giving you something like more or less beneath your station, beneath your level and expertise that you have really like elevated to. Not saying that they were intending to be rude, but it's kind of like lowballing you. You know what I'm saying? They're giving you a lowball offer coming from this big, wealthy, like abundant space. So it's kind of like, what the F? Like, why am I getting a lowball connection where it should be more? Hold on one second. Okay, pile 3, welcome back. Pause it at 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be a number synchronicity for y'all as well with this pile of forward movement. I believe where we left off, I was just talking about the Five of Swords, of leaving behind essentially this lowball offer and opportunity from a community that was just not giving what you deserve. In the short term, after this walking away, it required and invited being more conservative with resources, with your time, with your money, with your funds, keeping things closer to chest. Possibly you may have even reduced like engaging, connecting with people, going out in your community more, putting yourself out there. Not totally though. What I'm feeling more is the mindfulness of the resources and focusing more on putting yourself out there in ways that align with your projects, your calling, your task, your work, whatever you could be doing in regards towards what you're called to cultivate, what you're called to be growing, what you're called to be embodying. Thank you, Spirit. And so it was a little bit of, I'm getting Spirit showing me kind of the rubber band kind of effect a bit, where it's a bit of a pullback and a pinch backwards and a little bit of constriction that then is going to launch you forward into success. So for some of y'all, maybe even turning down this opportunity felt like a risk of going backwards. Like backwards in regards to your stability, your foundation, your funds, your food, your resources, your physical environment, something to that effect. It's like, while on the one hand, you know internally you made the right choice for you, there was still this anxiety around it being like, okay, but like, Spirit, am I really on point, basically? by not just taking this offer? Like, did I really go in the right direction? Was that sacrifice truly aligned? And Spirit is confirming yes with the Six of Wands, followed by the Seven of Pentacles in this spread. So we went into that rubber band constriction going backwards. The Six of Wands lets me know, though, victory, success, and fulfillment is on the path. You're moving forward in the right direction. By you choosing to go in the direction of your hero's journey, your soul journey, you're marching forward onto success. Now, it is a bit of, with this collective, there's certain moments where you feel it more than others, of the slow and steady, of needing to continue to practice patience, needing to maintain and continue cultivating your garden with your various passions, your projects, your health, your wellness, let alone your patience and faith. Ooh, there we go. What fell? It's very interesting too, because even though it's not in direct numbers, we have a 4, a 5, 6, and a 7 here on the board. We have 2 6s in this overall line for you. So repeating 6s may be synchronicity for this collective in addition to the 1, 2, 3, 4. Things are balancing out, things are harmonizing, things are progressing, and you are moving more towards victory step by step. However, it's like continue going in that direction that you've been called to go. Continue embodying your best, your highest, and your holiest self. Continue investing your resources and time into your aligned projects, into essentially what you walked away from the past and or rejected the past offer for. It's like you let that go, or you didn't accept that for reasons because you felt called or guided to believe more in yourself and something that you're likely already working on and cultivating. So it's like, don't abandon the faith. Don't give up the hope. And at the same token, while it is important to continue being mindful with your resources and not overburdening yourself, remember to continue to give and receive energy, give and receive love, give and receive time, like engage with your community, engage with your audience, engage with, interesting. It's something about like, don't hyper isolate at this time. It's important to take time to be working on your project and stuff, but don't keep yourself too trapped or too indoors that you're not creating space to receive, that you're not creating space to allow connection. Especially because for some of y'all, there may have been a disconnect with like a certain team, a certain group, a certain party within like a bigger or the greater community. And in some ways it had you go more inwards. However, Spirit doesn't want you like hiding yourself away or not engaging from the community at all. Like Spirit wants you to know that there are plenty of other beings, souls, people, and parties in your environment, in your city, in your community, who are also going to be aligned parties to collaborate with, to connect with, to create with, to pursue new agreements and new collaborations, honestly, and partnerships with. Like, there's space for that. Yeah, you're not going to be able to enjoy it if you keep yourself, like, too close to the chest or too in the house, so to speak. I don't feel like you're doing that, yet Spirit is letting me know that, essentially, networking is still beneficial for you. And there's going to be some new networking and or engaging and or connecting and communicating with people. It's like, I'm feeling new moves are being set up and are in place. New destiny helpers are being queued up, new aligned allies, and maybe some renewed ones as well. Like, it may not even only be new, it may be renewed for some. Now, obviously, trust your discernment and your energy. If there's people from the past that you already know you walked away from and you didn't accept, like, it's a chop, it's a chop. So we don't need to force the fit for nobody. Let's get a goddess here to, like, clarify this one. So come on, my third pile. Let's wrap this up and seal this in for y'all. Goddess, please. Ooh. Y'all would be the ones who get 2. Okay, so first one coming right out the bat. You're going to love this. Abundancia with prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So like I said, you can't be too closed off. You gotta create that space, open energy, so that you can receive, because Spirit has got you. And then we have Donna with High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Now, for some of you, if you identify as an intuitive or a practitioner, oracle, things of that nature, this is a big confirmation for you, yet you do not need to be. Ultimately, this is spirit thing is like you have intuition, you have strong instincts, and you have leadership and relevance. You're impactful. You are insightful, you are helpful, and you are beneficial, not just to yourself, but for those around you, those you connect with, those you ally with. Don't sleep on your talent. Don't sleep on your gifts. And also, remember who you are and embody the fullness of who you are, because that is key for your prosperity and wealth. You're receiving all of this outpouring of prosperity, wealth, and blessings because you are occupying your station, your place, wearing your crown, doing your duty, showing up for your soul expression and calling. Another throat chakra reference. So all of these readings, throat chakra is huge in this greater collective. This is pretty awesome. This is pretty great. Like, things are about to get really, really good. So if some of y'all were a little bit worried about like the sacrifice, the letting go, the walking away by choosing yourself and going your own path, feeling a little bit of the concern that came from the constriction or tightness of resources, time, energy, capacity, all the above, it's balancing out. You're moving more and more towards success, especially because you continue tending to your garden. And Spirit is saying, like, they're pouring the abundance onto you in the garden. Here's the thing though. Certain stuff is about to blossom and bloom like shorter term. You are going to receive some shorter term blessings and bonuses. So stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Confirmation. Yet what I'm also getting is there are certain like mid and longer term things that are like growing and being cultivated right now. So I need you to continue to keep the faith and following your alignment and discernment of how to best utilize and leverage your energy, attention, and focus in this now and at this time, because Spirit isn't just blessing you up with like quick fixes and band-aid solutions. Now, for those of you who need them, those are incoming. However, I don't want you to just be settling or only focusing on low-hanging fruits and breadcrumbs. It's like you got to be like focusing more forward, onwards and upwards. Deeper rooted stuff. Like, don't sleep on the things that take time, and don't sleep on you putting time towards projects that may not all be figured out or solved in one sitting, in one afternoon, in one day. I'm getting with this Seven of Pentacles. Spirit is saying it's like continue investing in your craft, in your business, in your calling, continue working on the proposals, continue working on the drafts, continue working on the ideas, the structures, the setups. Yeah, with this collective, this is about you're reaching a new layer and level of mastery in your life where you're moving more away from just juggling day-to-day things and kind of like reacting and responding as best as you can to stuff in the moment, where like your capacity is like harmonizing out, where yes, you will have some daily things to react or respond to, yet you're also going to be able to start thinking further ahead, planning further ahead, and creating further ahead. And especially emphasizing the creating further ahead, because this is not to keep folks future tripping. This is not to make you only be thinking ahead and like lost in forward time and not being present. We're not losing any of those practices with presence and grounding, let alone integration and synthesis of the past. No. What I am saying though is like you're going to be able to continue going so much further than survival mode, that your thriving mode is even going to, like for some of y'all, your thriving is about to expand beyond like the daily thriving or like the day-to-day thriving, like the thriving that's like beyond survival mode, getting to a thriving where it's like you're allowing yourself to really like envision and co-create an abundant future. Like you're co-creating from a thriving vibration. And there's something about it that's giving like empire level empire level fulfillment, empire level impact, empire level expanse and expansiveness. This is very exciting. Let's get a cosmic activation. And I really love how for this pile, it's very interesting because with the other ones, a little bit of yours as well, there were more distractions, more noise. And for this one, it's like coming back to a calm, coming back to a slow and steady truth, which I think is very interesting. Please and thank you, Spirit. May we have a final cosmic activation for pile number 3. What is their sealing message? Please and thank you, Spirit. And we have one. We have card number 10 with compassion. And I love it because I felt like the colors on the Abundancia card felt pretty important. And now getting this from a different deck. So there's something about like various forms of pink, especially pinks that have a little bit more violet and red going on. So this idea of very rooted love, ancestral love, familial grounding love, divine love to your core root level and self, paired with some of the upper level virtues and values of compassion with that violet ray and flame. So we're getting violet ray and flame with the compassion. We're getting the root chakra with the red, mixing up to giving these purples, magentas, and things of that nature from top to bottom, really. With this compassion message, I feel when I see it, I instantly was called back to the 5 of Swords card in your spread and the cards that came before it with those people from the past community. And it's a combination of yourself. The 10 is giving the done like in this 10 of Pentacles, like it's a wrap. I'm feeling like a big chapter closing out with this past community. And it's not to say that you may not have any interactions or dealings with these characters moving forward. However, it's like the version of you that existed in that previous dynamic, it's done. Like you've evolved, you've upgraded, you've leveled up. So there's no going backwards. There's no going backwards. Everything needs to be done and possibly either redone or reconfigured, renegotiated, whatever, from this layer and level and version of you in this now receiving this transmission. Things that are respecting your autonomy, respecting your ranking, your experience, your worth, your value. And if it doesn't align, you're doing less to even take it personal. You're at a point now, and this is where Spirit is coming in to help you with this activation too, is being able to leverage more and more compassion where you can see through all the illusions and understand, or at the very least, make peace with other people's ways of being, other people's decisions, and not taking it super personally. And certainly not letting it hold you back from moving onward and upward and doing what you're guided to do, going where you're guided to go, and not holding on to like bitterness, not holding on to like these icky vibes and energies that keep you dense, keep you low, keep you pessimistic, keep you cynical, keep you angry, whatever. It's like, you know what? God bless. Like really, it's like God bless, God is blessed, Source bless, letting go and let God, letting go and letting Source, wishing people well because you want a more loving world. You want a more high vibrational world. So you're putting out those high vibrational intentions and prayers for everyone. You're not sticking around to be the overseer of it. You're not sitting here living other people's lives, but you're just putting it out there, be like, hey, let's just make it all good, Spirit. Like enough with the drama, enough with the pain, enough with the turmoil. Even though a lot of this card is talking about compassion, I'm also really getting, it's like compassion and peace and choosing peace, desiring peace and understanding that true peace, like it will require compassion at various moments of time in order to be sustained, in order to be activated, in order to be navigated. And I love how this compassion, like I'm kind of getting like a little bit of like a bubble, a shield, a crown, if you will. Like there's something about like the more you embrace this compassionate energy too, the more and more it's going to like shield you from BS, shield you from delays, shield you from drama. Like it really does pay off to be compassionate because it protects your peace, allows you to continue feeling increasingly high vibration. And it just helps you kind of like see people honestly more through the eyes of the divine and through the love and unconditional love of the divine. That doesn't mean not having boundaries. That doesn't mean not having accountability. It's simply like not letting your anger, frustration, or hurt blind you so much that you forget about the value of another person's soul, or that you forget that other people have lessons to learn too. And soul lessons, and sometimes soul lessons, very often times, are very messy. Very messy. It's like you're remembering some of the greater themes and arcs of life and allowing that to kind of calm you down more and help you release things more, not hold on, courtesy of compassion, and really being this leading light. Yeah, being this leading light, coming back to that high priestess energy. So to seal it all in for you, pile number 3, congratulations. You're moving forward. Your sacrifice has not been in vain. You choosing yourself, choosing to honoring your soul and your soul's calling is not in vain. Keep going. The prosperity is unfolding and being poured out to you. Yes, you have to continue to maintain your faith and your patience. Yes, it may not be in this moment a whole bunch of things maybe landing tangibly, but I do feel like there are more and more positive blessings and victorious messages and stuff unfolding on your path in this now. So keep the faith. Follow your intuition and discernment too, like network, show up for the right invitation, the aligned invitation when it comes through, like allow yourself to get out of the house, to go to the gig. Yeah, do that. Not saying you have to do everything, but there are certain things that are definitely aligned for you. Connect. All right, pile number 3. Comment down below. Let me know if this resonates with you, what you're thinking about this message. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. And links are down below if you want to get in contact. All right, thank you so much, loves. And make sure you come visit me Tuesdays and Thursdays here at the Mystic Circle Coffee Bar and Lounge in Puerto Vallarta. I'm here from 12 to 3 for drop-in readings, or you can send me a little DM if you want to schedule a personal appointment. All right, sending love, hugs, and gratitude, and I'll be back soon. Meow.